This clip is sponsored by Wash and Go, and that can only mean one thing. That's right, I'm surrounded by a sea of green. By now, you should know that Wash and Go is the best way to look after your luscious locks. I mean, look at what it's done for mine. Fantastic. But you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at some of the 600 plus unreal reviews on their Amazon page. Linda from the United Kingdom says, well, it smells lush and leaves hair smelling fresh. Fantastic, Linda. Kindle customer JSB says, product arrived as advertised. Always very important. Always important to know that, Kindle customer JSB. And finally, my personal favourite, it's shampoo and it works for me. Absolutely fantastic there from Casey. It is indeed shampoo and also a conditioner. If you want to get your Wash and Go today, then hit the link in the description and get your bottle sent to you today. And remember, it's a shampoo and it works for me. About this is I can put them up on the screen as well if you want to put any chats in. Is that reality bites and Rangnick needs help? That's what I was going to talk about. I think Ralph Rangnick's been really good in his time at United at exposing the problems that we already knew were there. It's quite justifying, really, to see a manager basically saying that the players aren't performing the way they should be, or that that also that they're not. He can't really understand how it's happening and why are senior players not performing as well as young players. And obviously we've had all the discontent, which we've been fully aware of. So we've been justified in that sense. But the one thing that I've been quite consistent on is that I think long-term we're in trouble. I think the club is in trouble. They can change that path. You can always change the path, and the path can be changed by appointing people like Paul Mitchell, by recruiting well, by removing Deadwood, by keeping some of the better players. Of course, that can change things. But I think the long-term future of United is very concerning. The short-term future of Manchester United was what gave me a little bit of hope. Maybe we can get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and then maybe we can get to the semi-finals. Maybe we can get top four because we've got a better squad than Arsenal, Spurs and Wolves and West Ham. But reality is starting to bite. We were very lucky against Atletico Madrid on Wednesday night. And then again, a manager has had to come out and call out the players. And again, the fans are calling out poor performances. And again, the media, Jamie Carragher's saying Rashford should be dropped. This is a consistent problem at Manchester United, that every couple of games we're talking about these players not performing. And, all I ever hear behind closed doors is, oh, you're very negative about the players. Stop moaning about the players, And it's like, if they perform on the pitch, they won't get moaned about. Like, what is fan content if it's not real? Like, what do you want us to do? Oh, tough luck, lads. You did your best. Can I have a photo? Like, they are pawns in a game of chess. They are not role models. They are not superheroes because they are not performing like role models and superheroes of the past have done in a United shirt. They are not performing good enough. So why should we as fans feed their fucking ego? They are not performing. They will get the praise when they perform, and they're not performing, and they need to perform, and the time is now. And this is what Rangnick wants behind closed doors. It's what we want publicly as fans. We are not performing anywhere near to the level that we need to do. And reality is starting to bite. Against Atletico Madrid on Wednesday night, we were played off the park for a long period of time. And if Atletico Madrid were decent, they would have put us out of this tie. We're very lucky to have a great opportunity to go through in the second leg. But I tell you what, fourth place, what's going on with that? Arsenal last night, people were saying they were lucky. How have we, as United fans, got the right or even, the balls to say Arsenal are lucky? How can we sit there as United fans and say Arsenal were lucky last night? They're 1-0 down. They win 2-1. They attack and score goals. Yeah, it's deflecting, and yes, it pissed me off. But you know what? Arsenal have beaten Wolves twice in the last couple of weeks, and Wolves are a decent side. 6 points in a couple of games against Wolves for Arsenal home and away. Wolves came to our place and battered us a few weeks ago. So Arsenal are 1 point behind us with 2 games in hand, and we've got to go to the Emirates. It ain't looking good at this moment in time. And it's getting to the point where it's now or never. Like, I expect us to beat Watford tomorrow, but we've almost got to go to the Etihad and get something next week. We've got to beat Spurs at home, and we've got to try and get something at Anfield, because my concern is, I said it yesterday in the preview for Watford, we've got only 3 Premier League games, maybe 4, before we play Everton at the start of April, because the Liverpool game could easily get moved if Liverpool get through in the Cup. Arsenal have got 5. Arsenal could be ahead of us with games in hand, and we've got to go to the Emirates in mid-April. So it's looking. We've got to start delivering now. We've got to start delivering now. Reality is biting. We were lucky against Atletico Madrid, and I think in the league we've been kidding ourselves that we're favourites for top four, and we're only favourites for top four because if other people keep doing us favours. I said this last night as well. Lindelof, despite recent performance, fullbacks. No, I just don't think they're good enough. Q. If you want me honest, I don't think they're good enough. Maguire, McTominay and Rashford are backed by the board of directors. Even if Pep was managing, the board would have been forced to pick them. Well, I don't know about that, Varane, but Varane, watching the Arsenal game last night on That's Football, and I think I said it on there as well, so I'll say it again here. What annoys me about Manchester United's policy as a football club is, this is one of the things that irritates me more than anything, and it's nothing to do with any player. It's nothing to do with how we play. It's nothing to do with anything like that. But it really, really irritates me, is that when Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge, you knew he was in tune with you, the fan. You knew he was going to do everything he bloody well could to stop them winning the title, Liverpool. Like, he was going to do absolutely anything he could. And I think with United under the current regime, with no Sir Alex Ferguson, we've got an open door policy to every bloody record we've got. Like, last season, Man City could have won the treble. We did nothing to stop Man City winning the treble. We didn't. Did we stop Man City winning the treble? No, we didn't. Who stopped Man City winning the treble? Chelsea. Chelsea stopped them. They beat them in the Champions League final and they beat them in the FA Cup semi-final. This season, who do we want to win the league? Do we want Liverpool to win it for 20 times and level up with us, or do we want Man City to stop them? Or do we want Man City? I mean, what do we want? You know, and also Liverpool and Man City can technically still win the treble. So do we want Liverpool not to win the league, but win the FA Cup? Like, we've got this open door policy to all of our bloody records. And even in the race for top four, we're like, oh, thanks, Burnley, for beating Spurs last night. Go on, Wolves, stop Arsenal winning. Our whole success has become dependent on other clubs. That's how low we are as a football club. We are now dependent on other teams doing us a favour. Chelsea last season did a huge favour. Man City could have won the quadruple. We had nothing to do with stopping that. And at the moment, we are hoping that other teams mess up and play shitter than we are so that we can get top four. We don't deserve top four. At no point this season have I felt that Manchester United deserve top four. And reality bites. You know, you either start going out there and performing or you don't. And we just don't deserve top four. And the only way we're going to get top four is if other teams, you know, fall apart. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video because we all know only legends like videos and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching as always.